Well, hello everyone. So, if you are drawn to this reading, there may be a message in here for you, but please keep in mind that this reading is for the students in my Sacred Partnerships course, where we focus all on healing our relationships. So, more about the course in the description below if it calls to you, but diving right into the reading. So, we just had our first gathering and we did a really good clearing, and thank you for the feedback I got from the students. It seems like a lot of really deep clearing had happened, which was important to do first. We really needed to release those old cords, hooks, even do that energetic divorce and other things, or else those things will be very psychically draining for you. And when we feel psychically drained in that way, it's really hard to set our intentions and have this sense of focus and clarity in knowing what we need in a soulmate. And it would really help us to manifest and create that relationship that's really more aligned to your soul's journey here on earth. So the first card that had popped out really confirms the clearing that had happened. So I'm going to read that card out, and it's the heart-shaped cards that's attached to the email. So take a look at the picture. And this card is saying, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So I would say the fact that this card had popped out, it's a really good sign that all those things were released. In particular, I'm hearing Spirit and the Creator say that it's a good thing that everyone was open to releasing that negative belief that if I heal too much, my soulmate will never find me. And that's a common belief for spiritual people on this journey if they are solo and they're doing their own healing work in ways to bring in that compatible spiritual life partner. So there's some people who do believe that if you heal too much, then you'll never find that person. Or maybe you heal too much and, it might intimidate your potential soulmate to come in. So all those fears and blocks from this lifetime and other lifetimes, so past lives, were released. You are welcome to re-listen to that meditation again. I have uploaded to the online course. So do listen to it a couple times. Each time you listen to a healing meditation, another layer is released and the downloads will go in so much deeper again. So this is a card saying, good job, you're on the right path, keep going and have faith. It's interesting that the word faith had come out in this reading because it comes out again in another card, which I will be talking about later in this reading. And another word that has repeated itself in this reading is ritual. So faith and ritual. Note those two words down and see how those two words will play out for you in the next 11 months we are journeying together. So going on now to the next heart-shaped card, and this card says soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So know that there's that connection there. And soulmates refer to many things. It could refer to actual humans. So friends are also your soulmates because those people come into your life also to teach you certain lessons, to help you grow or guide you or mentor you in some ways. Soulmates could also actually be family members, so they are your soul family group, and you reincarnate together so that you continue teaching and growing as a soul family. And soulmates, of course, could be that partner that you learn and grow with. So I am getting a sense from the Creator, and of course the way they designed the course, it's really to attract and draw in the people who are focused on their own inner spiritual journey and are also open to welcoming a partner who is also very, very spiritual or connected to spirit or to the creator. So know that the collective energy that has gathered for this course is really fueling all the releases, healing, and the downloads that are to happen for the rest of the year. And as some of you have already felt that energy in the first class with that massive release. So continuing on now, so those two heart-shaped cards were really spirits and the creator's way of saying you're on the right track and here's what's coming up. So stay on this path. I'm also hearing some of your spirit guides giving this gentle reminder to do have that consistent journaling practice, because when we journal and go back and reflect, we could really connect the dots of the reoccurring themes that keep coming up. So themes as what are the constant blocks in your relationship that may be happening within your friends, your romantic relationship, or even at work. So really journaling and keeping track of those things will help you to see what are the common blocks, the negative beliefs that are playing behind it. And then we'll talk more about it when we do meet online for our sharing circles. So the next cards are all about the energy that is coming in the next few weeks up until we meet again. So there's that F word again, faith. So have faith in your dreams. A new romantic cycle begins, and it's time to release negativity. So how wonderful that the card, it's time to release negativity, had come out, because it is the full moon and it is pulling up a lot of old emotions, old energy out to the surface. And when the full moon does that, it's really the moon's energy and your soul's way of letting you know, hey, there's more that needs to be cleared. So if you're feeling a little bit more anxious or edgy than normal, tune into that and see what's really, really going on. Please avoid suppressing that by distracting yourself by doing something. Because when we distract ourselves, we're actually being avoidant. We go, okay, this feeling's not comfortable. If I explore it, it might feel even more uncomfortable, so I'm just going to do something else to try to suppress whatever I'm feeling. So please do not do that. Try to go in a little deeper and explore. Take those 5 minutes out, even if it's 2 minutes, that's fine. And tune into yourself in that moment and go, okay, why am I feeling like this all of a sudden? And what situation happened recently for me that's triggering that? And really go down that rabbit hole. Do that inquiry work of trying to seek and find that origin of what started all that emotion or belief system. So they do want to go back and talk a little bit more about that having faith in your dreams. So this is their way of repeating the message in the previous two cards of, yes, please stay on this path. At times it will get a little rough because as we know, when we deal or heal around, stuff with relationships, it can get pretty hard sometimes. And like I mentioned in the online course, you are welcome to take a break when you need to, but make sure you can pull yourself back and get on track again and catch up on any of the healing meditations you may have missed. This is where the avoidance part may come in when we take too much of a long break and we start to procrastinate. And then soon there's probably a few hours of meditations that you need to catch up on. So know when to balance taking that break and when to motivate yourself to get back again on this healing path. But again, do it on your own time. We are all moving at a different pace, so please respect the pace you need to go on. A new romantic cycle begins. So this actually speaks about many, many things. So it's not talking about a new romantic relationship or a partner to come in. This card is actually talking more about this falling in love with life, falling in love with yourself, how you see things, and really appreciating how you navigate through life. So that's sort of that romance that you're starting to feel and see in your own journey here. And I just heard something else. For some of you, because I know some of you are already partnered with someone in this course, so it could be a really nice reboot where you actually feel much more of a deeper connection with your partner. Thank you. I heard from some of your spirit guides that the energetic divorce and the other energy clearing that they did in the first healing meditation has cleared a lot of those fears. So now you could go in much deeper and feeling so much more connected in your relationships. So that's the energy that's coming up. So what are some of the things that the spirit animals want to talk about? So we have the white raven spirit, trust in the magic. We have the peacock spirit who says, let it shine. And the snake spirit who says it's time to heal. Of course, the snake spirit comes out, right? Because I work a lot with the snake spirit animal. But your spirit team wants to start with the white raven spirit, about trusting in the magic. So trust in this whole magic of the signs from the spirit world coming to you and guiding you along the journey. I'm hearing that some of you will start to receive new signs and symbols and omens from your spirit team. So pay attention to those. When I say spirit team, it's a combination of ancestors, archangels, angels, gods, goddesses, other deities, elementals, etc. Even plant spirits, because I know some of you are working with plant medicines. So those are the spirits on your spirit team, and they're going to collectively work together to create a new sign or omen. So they could create this whole other level, this different dimension of connecting and communicating with you. And I'm also hearing some of your spirit guides here saying that you need to also journal those new symbols. So you'll know when something is a new symbol or an omen because it feels random and it's new, and for some reason it really catches your attention. You don't know why, but it just catches your attention and it sticks in your brain. So note those down. So trust in the flow of those things and don't worry about trying to figure out what that new sign may mean. Allow it to flow. They want you to first feel it first. How does it feel for you? And when did that new sign appear? What were you thinking at the time? And then when that sign appears again, it might appear at the exact same time you were having that similar thought. Or perhaps there's a theme that's going on here where that one symbol or sign appears every time you're thinking of something or something is happening in your life. So slowly connect the dots. Don't feel hustled or pressured to try to figure out what that new sign may mean for you. Just trust in that magic of the message and the meaning and the connection to that sign to unfold naturally for you. So the peacock spirit is now jumping in and saying, let it shine. So within feeling that magical connection to your spirit team and feeling that connection or deepening that connection to those new signs or omens, really feel that magic, really be in awe or very curious about it. And when we start to become really curious about it, we're actually opening up our heart chakras a little bit more. We're asking spirit energetically, hey, I kind of want to know more. I'm opening up more to this. And so that's when spirit will send you more signs, or perhaps even better, synchronicities. So events are now aligning and happening in a way that's meant to happen. So you learn your life lessons a little bit more efficiently. It's always important to close those life lessons, right? Because that's what we're here to learn. And don't worry, we will close any other life lessons around relationships, that's on a karmic loop later on in the other healing meditations. It's always important to close those karmic loops, because if we don't, then they just keep repeating itself. And even though your soul has learned it and no longer need it, somehow your soul might think mistakenly, I still need to learn those lessons. But in reality, maybe you don't need to learn them anymore. So we will close those in a future circle. But once you begin to really open yourself up and start to learn those lessons, your inner light's going to shine. This card, Let It Shine, also talks about something else. And it talks more about letting yourself shine. So what makes you really happy? What's one thing you could do before we all meet again online that would bring joy? Because I'm hearing a lot of your spirit guides saying you need that spark of joy. And they're laughing, and I could hear them laughing and saying, yes, we're sorry that the first clearing was pretty deep. And some of you are still resting and integrating and recovering from it. So they want to balance that hard, deep work with, of course, joy and doing something that truly delights you. So I would like to leave that to each and every one of you, how connecting to joy wants to manifest and also boost your spiritual batteries. So going on now into the snake spirit animal here, and it's saying it's really time to heal. And the snake spirit is actually energetically connecting with the card. It's time to release negativity. So again, I'm not sure if the microphone caught that, but there is a raven outside my place that lives in the tall tree, the one tall tree on this street that I live on. And I just heard the raven. And it's interesting, the white raven spirit was the first one that was very vocal and wanted to talk. So look into that raven spirit animal, because it might want to work with you. So I'll leave that up to you to go down that rabbit hole. And during any sort of a reading or a session or a circle, I do pay attention to the sounds outside, because it's often connected to what's being channeled within the moment. But going back to that snake spirit and releasing that negative energy, the full moon is a perfect time to do that. So as those deep emotions are coming up to the surface, hold space for yourself. There's suggestions for that in the online course on how to do it. So do journal those things down. What's the emotions, trauma? And then take a step back, take a break, and do something joyful. So it just boosts your spiritual energy. So when you're ready to dive in and time to heal, you have the energy to do so because you integrated enough and rested enough. So that is all that they want to say. So this is the first part of the reading in channeled audio format for the Sacred Partnerships course. So for part 2, they do want me to just simply send pictures of the other cards which speak about self-care and some of the plant medicines that you could connect with to further support your integration and your healing journey. So I wish you all a very, very beautiful full moon.